Inquiry is inherent to a school library and, at its essence, is a microcosm of the thought processes learners will face once they leave the controlled and linear thinking of a traditional classroom. For true inquiry to take place, and for learners' curiosity to be able to manifest, as school librarians, we are tasked with empowering learners to develop the ability to think clearly, critically, and creatively about their choices, rather than allowing others to control their access to ideas and information.
Today's world and its workplaces requires citizens who are inspired self-learners. Learners who can employ an inquiry process to solve problems, begin to see authentic purposes for their questions, becoming more resourceful and adaptive citizens. For the school librarian, cultivating a culture of inquiry goes farther than teaching research skills and the act of asking good questions. The essential questions around inquiry are: how can the inquiry process generate opportunities for learners to engage and exchange ideas with others? In what ways can school librarians collaborate with other educators to stimulate learners' curiosity through the inquiry process? And what effect does implementing a common inquiry model across grade bands have on critical thinking as learners grow through multiple grade levels and disciplines?
As acknowledged in Common Belief Number 5 in the National School Library Standards for Learners, School Librarians, and School Libraries, intellectual freedom is every learner's right. Our aim in this endeavor is to help school librarians as they face threats towards access to information needed by learners to be well-informed members of society. At the heart of the Inquire Shared Foundation is teaching learners information literacy skills. Fueled by the inquiry process, learners must be able to find, organize, evaluate, use, and critically think about information to support their learning and their lives. In an increasingly polarized society, embedding the act of inquiry into everything we do with our learners has never been more essential.
The activity guide is organized into 3 overarching sections: the learner, school librarian, and school libraries. For each of these frameworks, scenarios were created relating to the domains of think, create, share, and grow that are found within AASL's National School Library Standards. The scenarios were designed to reflect experiences that school librarians might encounter over the course of a given year. The scenarios range from a middle school student learning to give constructive criticism by participating in the feedback loop, to a school librarian advocating amongst colleagues about the importance of teaching learners about researching using reliable sources. Thought-provoking questions accompany the scenarios to help school librarians reflect and consider how they can apply the scenarios to their own libraries.
Following each scenario, activities support school librarians as they work to meet the standards associated with the Inquire Shared Foundation. Activities span from a research 4 to score where gamification elements are used with learners to challenge students to use multiple sources to answer questions, to different types of graphic organizers learners can use to help organize and ultimately synthesize their research findings. Within the activities, many free and subscription-based digital resources are described and hyperlinked.
Readers will find an appendices titled Resource List Matrix, which is a comprehensive list of resources found throughout the activities in the guide. This matrix is an accessible tool that can be used as a secondary table of contents to navigate the resources that are relevant to their professional context, with a column that even directs users to exactly which activities utilize each tool. In this guide, you will also find the AASL standards framework applied to developing inquisitive learners, critical thinkers, and resourceful citizens, and the infographic for this foundation, Driving Inquiry in the School Library, A Journey Through the Three C's. This guide is well equipped to support librarians in guiding all curators within their learning communities.
This guide was collaboratively developed by Sibel Garcia Cole, Sarah Levine, Brittany Schuritz, and Brandy Veal. We are all school librarians from across the United States who came together to develop this guide. For more information about the creation of the guide or the guide itself, please contact any of the members of the 2023 ALA Emerging Leaders Team A. The members of Team A were honored to be tasked with supporting the efforts of the AASL and assisting the work of school librarians, helping learners become inquisitive learners and resourceful citizens.
To access this activity guide, go to standards.aasl.org/project/inquisitive, or pause this video and scan the QR code that is on your screen. The activity guides for developing reflective explorers and innovators, developing inclusive learners and citizens, and developing critical curators seeking diverse perspectives can be found on the AASL Standards web portal at standards.aasl.org/materials.